Hello and welcome to my channel In Search of Wonder. My name is Anne and this is the Cozy Christmas book tag. Although the prettiest side of this cup is, I love this cup. I bought it at a thrift store and I have been using it all Christmas season long since I got it because it's just so pretty. I love that poinsettia. So today is the Cozy Christmas book tag. I was tagged by Miriam Elizabeth. Now I know we're after Christmas and as I'm posting this, it's New Year's Eve, but it's got all the cozy vibes. It's perfect for this time of year and I wanted to get it in before the season was completely done with. So it's still the Christmas season, so we're gonna go with it. Before I get into the prompts, the original tag creator was Call Me After Coffee, which I love her channel name. I'd never seen her channel before. Love that channel name. And she created this tag some years ago. So now getting into the prompts. The first one is Twinkling Lights. What is the most beautiful book you own? Unfortunately for me, most of my beautiful books are in a box currently because they go on that shelf right there, which you can't really see, but it has my nativity scene set on it. And so the books go in the Christmas box and the nativity scene goes up for the duration of the Christmas season. So those books are in a box in the shed and I can't pull them out for you, but I will show you a couple. I have quite a few beautiful books that I really love. I just enjoy having them as books, even if I don't actually read out of them. Some of them I do read out of them. This one I haven't yet, but I will, and that is The Little Women, which I used some gift money to purchase this earlier this year after I saw it at the Plum Orchard house in Massachusetts, where the Alcott family lived for many years. So this is an annotated edition of Little Women, and when I go to reread it, I will reread it from this edition for sure. So the cover is really the beautiful part, the dust jacket, although this is the actual cover. I love the gold embossing, and then this is Joe and Professor Bear under the umbrella here, which is really cute. I also have a book I've shown you before that was a cover pick for sure. I didn't pay for it. It was at a book exchange, and the book itself didn't interest me so much as the beautiful cover. So it's this lovely transparent vellum cover with, see the metallic lettering there? And then under the dust jacket, that's what the cover looks like. That is really a beautiful book. And even if I never read it, I just love having it on my shelf. Number 2, The Perfect Treat. Will you pay more to get the prettiest edition of a book? And that, it has to be a really special book to me. And I also have to have the funds. So those two things being present, sure. For example, last year with my Christmas money, I bought, and this is again in my box in the shed, I bought the full box set of, oh my goodness, now I'm forgetting the name of the artist and the publisher. But anyways, it's the Anne of Green Gables set. And they were published a few years back, I think, this edition. And they have the beautiful covers that were created by an artist who used like different layers of paper cutting and light boxes to take pictures that became the covers of the book. And they're just the most gorgeous, it's just the most gorgeous cover art that I've ever seen. And she's made the whole Anne series and some other Lucy Maud Montgomery books as well. She has designed covers for. So last year with some of my Christmas money, I bought the whole box set. And then this year I just purchased, but I haven't received, I just ordered it yesterday. Unfortunately, there's not a box set, but David Shapard has annotated all of the Austen novels, and those are the books that I'm going to read for the Jane Austen 250th birthday celebration next year. So again, I used my Christmas money and I bought those editions. And so I'm really looking forward to having those in my hand and having them on my shelf. But I don't normally have extra money lying around to spend on special editions. If I find something in a used bookstore or whatever that's really beautiful and is a butter copy, then something I already own, I will buy it, but I won't spend extra money on it. It has to be a pretty good deal for me to do that. Number 3, build a snowman. Make a Christmas book stack. So I have a short one here. I could put more on it, but I like to stick with the red theme here. So this is my stack of Christmas books. So at the bottom, we have one I haven't read Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna. I kind of wanted to get to it this year, but that's not happening. And then we have The Nutcracker by E.T.A. Hoffman, which I have read multiple versions of The Nutcracker, but I'm not sure that I've ever actually read the original by E.T.A. Hoffman. And then we have, although I do love this little edition, so cute. And then I have what I did read, A Vintage Christmas, which is a collection of classic Christmas short stories by various authors. And again, the cover for that one is quite lovely. And then Christmas with Anne by Lucy Maud Montgomery, which is just excerpts from the Anne books with stories about Christmas, and I think some other Christmas stories she's written. And then Agatha Christie, A Holiday for Murder, finishes out my stack, and I did read that this year. Number 4, Crackling Fire. What book makes you feel warm and cozy? And I have a couple anthologies here. The first is, now I've lost the dust jackets of these a long time ago, so I just have the hardcover, but this one is The Complete Tales of Beatrix Potter. I mean, what is more cozy than Beatrix Potter? Nothing. Nothing is more cozy than Beatrix Potter. And her beautiful little hand-drawn illustrations and the stories, the adorable stories, and it's just perfect cozy reads. And then, of course, this was a little more worn, but a similar edition, and that is The Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh, which is a well-loved copy here. But again, the illustrations, the coziness of the stories, the childlike simplicity, but depth that it has. So just absolutely can't get more cozy than Winnie the Pooh. Really, you can't. I defy you to try. Number 5, Knee-High Socks. What is the longest book you've read? And again, I don't have it to show you, but Les Mis would definitely fit that, probably. Les Mis, Don Quixote, both of them are really long. And I don't know about like officially which book is the longest, but definitely those two are in the running for that, for sure. Ugliest Sweaters. What's the ugliest book you own? Now this one I ordered, it was like one of those print on demand things, and I showed this when I hauled it because it cracks me up and it's just really truly ugly. And that is Moods by Louisa May Alcott. The size of it is just ridiculous. That's the part. It's like magazine style for a novel, which is just weird, first of all. And also the cover. Like, I'm sorry that there's glare, but the cover is just like, I mean, not that that's ugly artwork. It's just out of place. It doesn't belong on the cover of this book. And then there's just moods. Like, there was very little thought put into the cover design of this. And then this is the back. I mean, yeah, it doesn't get uglier than that. And then look at the pages. This one. Anyways, if I ever find a better copy, I'll definitely be buying it. But for now, that's what we've got. Number 7, Blizzards. A book set in winter or a book that gives you chills and has dark themes. I went with the set in winter option. And I'm trying to mention books that I haven't mentioned in my other tags. So this one, and I haven't read this in many years, but I have read it twice. That is Hans Brinker and the Silver Skates. And I really loved this story. This is by Mary Mapes Dodge. This made me cry when I read it both times. And it's definitely set in winter. You can see they're ice skating. It's set in the Netherlands and they're skating on the canals. And that is a huge part of the story. So the story is definitely set at winter time. There are a lot of wintry scenes here. It's great to read this time of year. So that is my answer to that prompt. Number 8, Home for the Holidays. For the rereaders out there, are there any books that feel like going home? And I didn't pull anything out to show you, but I would say that anything that I read in my childhood and my formative years that has stuck with me, that I really loved reading, that made an impression on me when I was younger, those feel like going home. And that would be, you know, the Anne series, Little Women, Frances Hodgson Burnett, several of her books, Beverly Cleary, Ramona in particular. All of the books that I loved to read when I was little, that feels like going home because, you know, I think like the home where you grew up in is like always the home in your heart. And that's what those books remind me of. They remind me of growing up and being at home, and those books have the essence of home for me. So that would be my answer to the question. As for the tags, As usual, I did not prepare before I sat down to film this, so I haven't looked up to see who still hasn't done the tag. And also, I know that we're really at the end of the Christmas season here, and so probably nobody's wanting to do this. Unless you want to call it the cozy winter tag, you can do that. Or save it for next year, that's fine. But I'll go ahead and poke around and see if there's some others who haven't done this tag and tag them, and just feel free to ignore or postpone until next year, however you want to do it. And I hope that you all have a very cozy New Year's Eve celebration and a wonderful New Year, and I will see you next time. Bye.